Welcome to class. Today we are taking care of shoulder mobility. So if you have difficulty trying to reach back to button or snap or pull or put something on, we are going to focus on that. So all you're going to need is one or two props. You can use a yoga strap or a belt or a tie, or you can use a towel. So this hand towel is actually longer than most, but it's actually a really great towel. I use it for a lot of neck work as well. So come up to stand, and I first want you to just test how it feels before you do any movement, how it feels to just reach back. So start with your left arm, reach back, see how far you can go. And then go down, so turn the thumb down, and reach up and see how far your arm can reach up. So I'm going to turn around just for you to see what I'm talking about. So reach back, and then turn the thumb down and reach up. And never any judgment to yourself, it's just an observation. Which side has more space and mobility and range to get into that area, to reaching to the back. Okay, let's check out the other side. So take the right arm, reach up, see how far you can go down. And then take the thumb down and bend and reach up and see where it is. Okay, one other important point before we get started is that when you do this, if you arch your back to try and get into that position, it's a compensation that's not going to be the best. So you want to think drawing the tailbone in and down. So thinking about you're bracing your core. So someone were to punch you, you'd be like, I've got this, I'm strong, I'm holding this tight. So you're not compensating with this. Okay, so standing up, and just start to draw some shoulder rolls, some shoulder circles, rolling out the shoulders. Standing tall, keeping the bottom ribs in and down, straight arms, and reversing the circles. And just notice how that feels from the start. Okay, so now from here, lean your head and neck over toward the left. So left ear to left shoulder. Let that arm be heavy. Breathe into the side of the neck and the upper trap. Now, as you're in this position, try not to tilt the whole torso. You just want to get into that neck stretch. Release the shoulder down, reach the fingers to the floor, and activate the feet. Keep this engaged. Stay with your breath. Okay, and now very slowly draw your head upright and lean your right ear to your right shoulder, getting into the left side of the neck and the upper trap. And it's always good to just pay attention to what is coming up in this position. Are you feeling that restriction? Are you feeling some tightness? Or does it feel pretty open? Or does one side feel differently? Keep reaching the fingers down. Again, make sure you're standing tall with the rest of your spine, really getting into the lateral side of your neck. Okay. And now, slowly come back up. Now we're gonna give this a shot and see how it goes. You're gonna take your right arm out to the side, turn the thumb down, bend the elbow, and hold your fingers onto the left bicep, and see if you can keep the bottom ribs in and down. You can hold like this, or you can just keep the arm down. Keep the tailbone reaching down, and now side bend, left ear to left shoulder. Now if this isn't working, you can just let the arm stay like that. Okay, so now holding on, tilting, and see if you can further draw that shoulder down, the right shoulder down, getting into the neck and the upper traps, because everything works together. Keep reaching the left fingers down, stay with your breath, and just observe how it feels with just this right side, the right arm. And slowly come upright, release and shake it out. You can shake out your legs. Okay, let's do the other side. So left arm out, turn the thumb down, bend the elbow behind, see if you can reach for that bicep, keep those bottom ribs in and down, and slowly tilt your right ear to your right shoulder. You should feel just a little bit more opening in the chest, in the upper trap, and also a little bit of a range in the left arm, left shoulder. And like I said, you can just not hold on to the arm, the bicep, if it's not working. You can even keep the arm down and do the first one that we did. Stay with your breath. And really keep breathing, especially when you feel any bit of tension or resistance. Okay, now slowly bring the head upright, release down, and just do some shoulder rolls one more time. Standing tall, keeping the bottom ribs in and down, and reversing the circles. So when you're standing, you're full of energy, you're really working to stand tall in a healthy posture. Okay, so now take the arms out and cross them in front, one in front, and keep switching the crossing. Sweeping one arm and then the other arm underneath. Just creating some more space. And slowly release. Take your arms out wide and start to circle around in front of the chest. Standing tall, opening up the front of the chest, the upper back, opening up the shoulder girdle. And it will surprisingly get tiring very quickly. And reverse the circles. Standing tall, spreading the toes. Keep that healthy posture. And release and shake it out. Now, the last one we're going to do is bring the arms wide and think about reaching out. Again, pay attention to the bottom ribs. Keep this bracing action just so you can focus on the upper body and the shoulder. Okay, so turn the left shoulder in, thumb down, and open back up. You can bend the knees a little bit too. And turn the right shoulder in, come back up, left shoulder in and up. Right shoulder in, up, one more, left shoulder in, right shoulder in, and release and shake it out. And really just shake everything out so you really feel some movement. Now we're gonna test it. So I'm gonna show you first with the towel. I recommend making it a little bit narrow, and you can just kind of fold it versus just kind of crinkling it because you don't want it really thick. So with the left hand, you're going to turn your palm down and hold on to it like this. So you want the long part hanging. So you're going to reach the arm up, bend the elbow. Okay, you want to try and keep that elbow up and vertical and up. So you don't want it to fall toward your head. And that's what's going to work on opening up. Okay, keep those bottom ribs in and down. Take the right arm out to the side, turn the thumb down, bend the elbow and hold on. I'm going to turn around to show you, but it's going to be the opposite. So maybe you're here and you're trying to get the palms closer together and hugging the elbows in. Okay, and now squeeze the elbows toward the head, toward the spine. And so the left elbow's reaching up and not falling to the floor, and the right elbow is reaching down and then toward the spine. And you don't want this one to fall in. You really want to open up the chest. Keep those bottom ribs in and down, and just see how close the hands are. No judgment, you're just checking in and working on really opening up the shoulder so you can scratch and reach and get clothes on, get clothes off, whatever you need with shoulder mobility. Keep standing up tall, and you have a tensile force and pulling on the strap or the towel. Go for one more breath. And now slowly release and shake it out. Okay, so now I'm going to show you with the strap. Now with the strap, I'm just going to double it so there's no loop or anything. If you don't have a strap, just use the towel. It's a great resource. Same thing, so you're going to hold on, thumb down, and then bring the arm up. And I'm already starting to bend it just so it doesn't cut off. So you want to start with the arm straight, bend. So the long part is hanging. Okay, keep those bottom ribs in and down. Take the left arm out to the side. Turn the thumb down and reach back and hold on to the strap. And start to bring the palms closer together. So right elbow up, left elbow down, and stay with your breath. Keep those bottom ribs in and down, and keep that tension in the strap or in the towel, whatever you're using. Make sure the top elbow, the the right elbow doesn't fall to the floor, and the left shoulder doesn't fall to the floor. So you're trying to hug in toward the midline, but you don't want the elbows to collapse. You want to keep that energy of lifting up and out. Okay, go for one more breath. And just notice what it feels like to switch sides. Is it easier? Are your hands closer together? Are they further away? Stay there. And now very slowly release the strap and just shake it out. And move the feet too. So really take care of the whole body. Now just check in. Take your left arm and see where you touched on your back. And then go down and see where you reached to go up. And then do the right side. Maybe you got a scratch you got to get, or maybe a button you got to take care of, and then try the right arm reaching up. Now, last thing before we finish, I just want to show you a difference from side to side, and this is usually the case because we are not totally balanced in our bodies. There's always going to be a little bit of discrepancy, so I just want you to see the difference. I'm going to turn around, and this is what it looks like. So here is me reaching, trying to get my fingers, okay, hugging in, and now here's the other side. And this is so much easier. This is just natural for me to get. But this is not so natural, not so easy. I also want to point out the watch definitely gets in the way. It actually kind of pulls on the front of the shoulder. So make sure that if you have a watch on to take it off. I should take mine off. But I'm keeping track of everything. I just want you to be aware that the watch does interfere and you don't want any more sensations that are not productive or safe. So take off the watch. Okay, so there you have it. Just shake everything out. And see how it goes. Let me know if you feel a difference. And I recommend practicing this all the time because it's going to increase your range of motion in your shoulder and have you be able to move more freely in the upper body and upper back, the shoulder. And maybe you can get that scratch or you can get clothes on a little bit easier, a little bit more finesse than kind of wondering what you're going to do. Let me know how it goes. You can comment below. I'm Janel Ross, and I'm here to help you feel better and move better in your body because it is where you live. I will see you next time.